Hello everyone, my name is George Afakpe. Today I will be setting up a phone using the XApp control panel that allows the user to enter their first name, their middle initial, their last name, and stores it in a database. And the information that was stored in the database can be retrieved and displayed to the user. And as I said, I'm using the XAM. Here's how the XAM looks like. It has different modules. It has the Apache, that's MySQL. In this case, I'm using MySQL server, and I go to my admin. It takes me to my local host, and as you can see, it already has my username in there because I've worked on this before. So I click on my username. I see my table with the names. I click on the names. As you can see, my table is going to have this count, first name, middle initial, and the last. So, and here is it. See, names input. So right here, to show you guys what I'm talking about, I put in my first name. I type in George, my middle initial, and my last name, and then I submit it. So he accepted it, meaning there was no error. And here is my code for the store names. As you can see, I'm using the MySQL Connect. My local host, which is my IP address, is 127.0.0.1. And my username, which was appeared in the database, and my password. And this is to check if there's false. It's going to print out. It's going to say it's unable to connect to the server, and it's going to tell me why, like MySQL error. So, and that is for the show names. You can see it has there my first name, middle initial, and the last name. So if I insert this correctly, it should accept it, and that's why it accepted. And that's why it was accepted. And here's my, as you can see, it's stored in there my first name, George, middle initial, and my last name. And there's also the code for the show names. It's the same. See my local host. As you can see, my SQL Connect, my local host, my username, and I print if it's error. You see there is not a database. There isn't a database called. That means that's if I type in an error. See the table is names. So I go to, if I want to delete a record, I click on it, and it says here is a list of the names of the database. Mind you, I can add more names. I can add my name again, my middle initial, and my last name. I submit it, and as you can see, I have two names. So if I want to delete it this time around, I click on the count as PK number, which is, let me say 17. I click submit. As you can see, it's deleted. And also I click on it again. I do 18. I submit it. It's deleted. So it's really fun to work with, and yeah, good. Moving to the next question, the LAMP stack is used. This is used for developers to create a local server for testing and for deploying purposes, and it is easier to use. It allows customization, and the security content is really good, which is why it's used by so many big companies that we know today, like the Facebook, the Twitter. Yeah, it helps them to customize, basically like to customize what the user wants. And I've worked on this. Like I remember when working on this, my system actually crashed, so I had to start over again, and I did it, and I became familiar with it. So with this, it's better. Like, the more you do this, the more you become familiar with it. Before I wasn't comfortable in doing it, even as a computer information system major. This is the first time I'm working on creating a database, and it's quite interesting. So it's really a nice tool, and yeah, thanks for watching.